So we go from Minimax to Junior Road Tax. So let's take you through the starting grid. For race 2 out of 12 today, it's Junior Road Tax Heat 1. By just 2/1000ths of a second separated the front row. Tom Strehler from Latvia in the 238 representing Dan Holland Racing will be joined on the front row by the Netherlands Boris Maximov in the 230 running under the Bouvin Power stable. Thijs van Wijk and Jacob Ashcroft, row 2. All British row 3, courtesy of points leader Harry Bartle and Cameron Nelson. Lars Lambers and Max Siderski round out the top 8. Ahead of Trinidad and Tobago's Naomi Garcia and the UK's Vlad Tomenchuk, who round out the top 10. Rory Armstrong and Ollie Wise complete row 6, ahead of row 7 with Bran van der Weyken and Jim Buck. Raymond Bansel and Noah Janssen round out row 8, ahead of Mate Kobahidze and Will Archer. Alexander Van Meeuwen, Elliot Surtees, Jake Menton and Isaac Barker complete the grid. So, as with the Mini-Max and Mini Rookie drivers, all heats for Mini Rookie and Juniors are 7 minutes plus an additional lap. All other races will be 10 minutes plus 1 additional lap. All results called by myself up here in the commentary position will be provisional pending any sporting checks. We will confirm via our official social media channels on both Facebook and Instagram at the end of the day as to all our heat winners and the ranking after heats leaders heading into tomorrow with the super heats and the finals. So the drivers now weaving from side to side. Might be the added help to bring a little modicum of warmth into those Mojo tyres, but also to check the steering, making everything is right and the driver feels comfortable. Okay, red lights on the gantry into the tram lines. Revs rise, lights are on, lights are out first time. Who's going to get to turn 1 first? It is going to be Strehler and Van Wijk. Keeps on the inside and now tries to look for the race lead, but round the outside tries to go somebody. That's a DHR car. I think that might have been Jacob Ashcroft as the field makes its way through out of turn number 3 into the 90 left here at 4 for the first time. Battle for second really heated up. Harry Bartle on an offensive and a half. Literally robustly moved aside Thijs van Wijk into turn 4. So that was a great move there from the 273. Aggressive but calculated. Through out of Escargot come the leaders. And there we see a couple of the drivers. So the likes of Naomi Garcia running in 9th place. But the opening lap is set to be completed and leading the way. Tom Strehler, comfortable lead over Harry Bartle, who's now up into P2. Boris Maximov hot on his heels. Lars Lambers now up into P4, ahead of Thijs van Wijk. Max Siderski, the 297 from SLC Karting, now moves up into 6th position, ahead of Cameron Nelson. Rory Armstrong up 3 spots already and surging forward as the young man from County Down, Northern Ireland. He's ahead of Jacob Ashcroft, who's down to 9th. Ollie Wise up 2 places and now is ahead of KR Sport teammates Naomi Garcia. Bran van der Weyken, Vlad Tomenchuk, Noah Janssen, Raymond Bansel, Jim Buck, Mate Kobahidze, Alexander Van Meeuwen, Will Archer, Jake Menton, Elliot Surtees and Isaac Barker round out the field so far after the opening lap, but things have quickly started to go up in terms of anticipation, nerves, adrenaline and everything else that comes alongside with racing. Lead between Strehler and Bartle is now nearly a second. Van Wijk on a push and has just gone purple. Fastest lap for the 246 in 4th. 56.186. Rory Armstrong has dropped back down to 11th. Ashcroft now up to 7th, having been 9th at 1 place on the previous lap. Now you see the 222. He's the outgoing Minimax champion this year, so we will have a new person at the top of step of the championship podium on September the 29th at the home of champions Karting Genk later on this year. Also with that, Mateo Dedenkovic last year, a champion as a junior in the B&L Karting Series, but now has moved up to senior. So now 3 laps completed. Lars Lambers drops behind Bran van der Weyken. Rory Armstrong gets past Naomi Garcia to end up in the top 10. Ollie Wise on a push as well, the 256 with KR Sport. Now up to P8 ahead of Bran van der Weyken, who's also made up 4 spots in the meantime. Ashcroft trying to close in on DHR teammate Cameron Nelson for that 6th spot. Now into the quick section here before Escargot. Oh, dearie me, that's not great. 221 and 227, Jim Back and Alexander Van Meeuwen at Chemin de Fer. That is a real shame. The marshals trying to assist. A big thank you to the marshalling team here at the circuit here at Mariembourg. Meanwhile, Days van Wyk is closing in on Boris Maximov. Looks up the inside at turn number 3. Oh, was there a little bit of slight touch between the pair? There might have been. But Van Wyk now gets through for what is 3rd on the road. Cameron Nelson last time around was the fastest driver out on track. Max Swiderski in the meantime has got past Jacob Ashcroft. So, well, it's more the case of Cameron Nelson's actually got past Max Swiderski, more to the point, I think. So that is Jim Back and Alexander Van Meeuwen out on lap 4, I'm afraid. We've still got 2.5 minutes plus an additional lap of this first of 3 junior Rotax heats to continue. And Bran van der Weyken, Ollie Wise, Naomi Garcia ran out the top 10. Rory Armstrong's unfortunately dropped behind Vlad Tomanchuk in the battle for P11. Now Ashcroft has an opportunity to try and see if he can reclaim 6th position from Max Swiderski. Max also the champion here in the B&L Karting Series in previous years. And what's more, has been, you know, this is his, he moved up to this category last year. Noah Janssen, who has also switched teams, moved over to Deur Motorsport, run by the Deur family, who also have a big dealer group. So the Deur group is pretty substantial, especially in Germany, with a big dealer network with a lot of high-end machinery, including McLarens, amongst other brands, but also have a lot of activities in motorsport, of course karting being one of them, GT4s, GT3s, through a lot of the competitions that happen. Of course, ADAC GT4 Germany happening this weekend at the Lausitzring, a circuit that I've also been to before. But with a minute to go, Tom Strehler has a lead that is being, from sector to sector, being reduced by Harry Bartle to the point where it's now half a second. There's going to be 2 laps to go after this one. Days van Wyk this time around was fastest in sector 1. Strehler fastest in sector 2. Fastest lap, however, has gone to the youngster from Northern Ireland, Rory Armstrong, in the 266. Mechanicked by Dad Andy, and also great to see Orla, his mum, this morning. Nice to have a little bit of a catch-up. I'm sure that Rory's younger brother Ryan's here. Great move there by Jacob Ashcroft, but straight... Oh, dear. That was clumsy from Boris Maximov, I will be completely honest. But it was a great move that Swiderski saw it coming. Ashcroft went up the inside through turn 1, and then nearly was 2 wheels on the grass, but then Maximov comes along and that gives a little bit of an assist for Max Swiderski to go through, and then a bit clumsy contact, I think, between Maximov and Ashcroft at that point. However, the timer has expired. 1 lap to go. What's the gap between Tom Strehler and Harry Bartle? The fight is on, and Bartle sideways up the inside through turn 1, drifts that OTK chassis very, very spectacularly, but Strehler straight away on the counter-offensive. And, well, Harry Bartle's mistake has cost him, because it won't give him the race lead. It's now going to put him into the clutches of Thijs van Wijk in the battle for second as they come out of turn 4 and into the right-hander at 5. Through into the run into Chemin de Fer at 6 at 7. Bartel now holds on. But just the launch, the lunge from Harry Bartel was just literally blink and you'll miss it kind of situation. However, having started from pole position, echoing what's happened in the first heat so far in Minimax and Minimax Rookie. Strella is going to win, but it's going to be a run to the line for second. Strella wins comfortably. Bartel second, Van Wijk and Cameron Nelson. Nelson wasn't that far away. Fifth, it's Jacob Ashcroft. Maximov takes 6th. Rory Armstrong 7th. Max Sadersky 8th. Who at one point was running in the top 5, maybe even as high. Oh, well, Elliot Surtees' race had a bit of a drama, and that was coming through, I think, that was coming out of turn number 5. So Elliot Surtees might be able to get that kart going again. Bran van der Weyken and Ollie Wise ran out the top 10, but Tom Strella from Latvia, the young man based not too far outside of the capital city of Riga. Had the pleasure of speaking with him and his dad Armand. It's good to see Mama Strela is here as well, alongside Tom's. Thijs van Wijk takes the fastest lap of the race, finishes P3 behind race winner Tom Strella and Harry Bartel. Cameron Nelson started 6th, finished in 4th ahead of Jacob Ashcroft with Boris Maximov. Rory Armstrong takes 7th, having started 11th, with Max Sadersky, Bran van der Weyken and Ollie Wise running out the top 10. Vlad Tominchuk, Naomi Garcia, Raymond Bansel, Lars Lambers and Mate Kobahidze ran at the top 15 with Will Archer, Noah Janssen, Isaac Barker, Jake Menton being the last of the drivers that completed all 9 laps, with Elliot Surtees out on the final lap. Jim Back and Alexander Van Meeuwen coming together at turn 6 at Chemin de Fer and out of the race.